for someone who doesn't like to fight. You're not bad, Mirage.
Okay, here's my video review for the Magic Square B43 Shadow Master, which is basically Mirage. So just a quick look at the box. It's a nice artwork of Mirage. And then let's see the back view. Just your typical Magic Square design, the silhouette. Let's see the side view with the UPC. The other side with the image of Aaron from that episode Child's Play. Top view and the bottom view with the warning. Okay, so now what you get inside, obviously you get the figure, and I've already attached the weapon, his shoulder cannon here, which I'll show a little bit how that attaches later, and his handgun, very cartoon accurate, really like that. And another accessory that you get, which is so hard to see because it's really small, but it's a faceplate. So let me see if there's a way to zoom in here. Here's a alternate faceplate, and just looking at it, doesn't really look that good to me. But also, when I think about it, when you consider how tiny this is, I mean, look at my nail. It's smaller than my nail. I don't think this was really necessary, but you get it nonetheless. And then what you also get is a bio card, which I really love these. It's a nice artwork, and just telling you what it is. B43 Shadow Master, the tech spec in the back. I really like this. These are cool. These are like miniature trading cards, so that's really nice. And something I've been doing now a lot is just going over the instructions. So here's the instruction manual. Let's see if there's a front here. It's actually even upside down, or maybe this is backwards because this is Chinese. So here's how to transform it. Interestingly, they're starting off in vehicle mode. Yeah, this figure is really complicated to transform, but it is doable. And I want to point out there are a lot of tabs in here that make this really challenging. So that was the instructions. And now let's take a close-up look at the figure itself with the nice Autobot symbol. So he looks a lot like the cartoon. So here's the front view. I really like that white stripe that makes it cartoon accurate. There's the lower legs. The back. It's kind of clean compared to New Age. So yeah, that's Mirage, and let's just do a comparison with the model sheet so you can see how they did a really nice job. So you can see the comparison with the model sheet. Really nice. I really like this. I think they did a really great job. Okay, so let's put this here. Okay, so to transform Mirage, what you want to do is remove the accessories first. So take out the handgun and the shoulder cannon, by pushing back. See where it tabs in. And then the first thing I like to do is rotate these hips around 180 and then lift up these arms so we have room to untab that white piece by pushing out on the top side like so, and then lift them up like so, and then bring down these white pieces that form part of the vehicle. And now we have like this cape shape. And from here you want to bring down the hand so you can tuck them in, put it back up. Same on the other side. Bring the hand down, tuck it in. Let's make sure we get it straight. Tuck it in. And then we can straighten it back down these arms. And then these blue shoulder pads are on a double hinge, so untab them, lift them up like so on both sides. And then you can see there's a blue tab right there and a screw slot in there. So what you want to do is put it in, form a T shape, make sure it's tabbed in really well. Fold it down to tab it in, forming a T shape like so. And then you can rotate these arms out to the side, exposing these holes. And then lift these up to form a square box shape. Okay, now we got something like that. Okay, now we want to rotate this head around 360 and make sure the head's up facing the back. Do not put the head down looking up, because that's not going to give you the clearance that you need here. So now what you do is you lift up this front part of the vehicle. I want to point out, you see this white part? It's on a double hinge. So make sure you lift it up so that you get it 90 degrees. And then you can pull out these tires, which are on a double hinge, and from here you can push down that red piece a little bit, and from underneath you want to grab it and pull it all the way down as best as you can, like that. So now you see you have the clearance that you need. And then since we're here, let's extend these front spoiler pieces. And there you go. Now you can see the shoulder pads are in the way from lifting this front part all the way up. So we need to tuck those arms in, but we need to clear this by untabbing this part of the chest piece down on both sides. Make sure it goes down all the way. And then after you untab it, that will loosen it so you can lift this piece up. So from back here you want to push up like so. So now you can see it went up by seeing that hole right there. That will allow you to bring down these blue side waist pieces. That's on an angle. So I'll point that out. Do it on both sides. And I don't know how well you can see, but you need to make sure that these blue angle pieces, that they come down all the way. So it's flush with the back, because that's going to allow you room to slide these arms in. So now from here, tuck in the upper part of the gray chest pieces, and then you can rotate these arms down. And that's all it goes. because you can see right here there's not the clearance that you need. So this is where you're going to have to bend, stretch plastic over plastic just to get it in here. Don't really like that, but that's what you have to do. After you get it in, you can tab these pieces back up into the arms like that. And now you'll see you have the clearance to lift this up all the way. Lift it all the way till it tabs in. And now the rest of this, you want to bring it down close together so you can then squeeze them to tab them together. And I want to point out there's two tabs here, the blue and the white. So you got to tab in that blue, and that white just fell in. Make sure you do it on both sides. So this blue part needs to tab in, and that white piece needs to go down. Okay, so now we got the upper part done. Now we need to get to the lower half. So the lower half, what I like to do is bring down these spoilers on both sides and then rotate them all the way to the front so that it looks like he's wearing slippers. And then from back here, I like to extend these side waist hip pieces so I can spread the legs A-stands to have all this room to work with. And from here, what you want to do is rotate these feet down 90 degrees so that you have clearance to bring these tires down, and that'll allow you room to get in here to lift up this tab. So you lift up this tab here like so, and then you can extend it out. And let's see, you can see here this piece is on a double hinge. You need to fold it up. So fold up the one top piece and the other piece like so. Now you got the rear part of the car formed here. Do the same on this side. Let's pull out this flap so you can extend this out, and then you want to fold and fold in. Okay, now we got that. Flip it around, and if you can see that tab right there, so you want to untab it and lift up this lower leg over on top of the thigh like so, and then you want to lift up this engine piece 90 degrees. Do the same on this side. You want to untab it, lift this all the way up, the lower leg all the way up on top of the thigh, and turn the engine 90 degrees like so. And then there's the bar here, so you want to slide it in all the way on both sides, and then you can bring up these tires so that you can straighten out these feet. So now you can start bringing these legs together. There is a tab right there, you can see. Make sure that gets tabbed in, and this spoiler piece also needs to be tabbed in. Make sure you get a good squeeze to make sure you tab it in very well. Okay, so now we need to connect these. This, I need to point out, there's 3 tabs. So you see, well, first close these side hips. See that little slot there? There's a tab right there. It needs to go in there. And then also needs to tab in up here and also up here, this piece right here. So there's 3 tabs. So what I like to do is try to get this tab into the side waist piece. Once I get that, hopefully the top part got tabbed in, which it did, and now I'll just tab in the front. And we got to do the same on this side. Where's that tab? Make sure it's going into that slot. Okay, and then tab that one in, but here it didn't tab in, so you're gonna just push it in. Got it all tabbed in. Make sure you squeeze it all together. And then these tires, you can see there's a tab right there, slot in the tire, so just tab the tire in on both sides. And now this, you want to push these feet down and rotate it all the way down to form the rear part of the vehicle. Do it on both sides. Push this down. Once you got that, then you can bring down the spoiler, and now you have Mirage in his vehicle mode. So here's a look: top view, the side, front, 3/4. So let's take a look at the animation model sheet, so we can see they did a really nice job to make it look like the cartoon with all the detail, such as that little white piece there and the engine. So they did a really nice job. So that's how to transform into alt mode. Okay, so from alt mode back to robot. So let's see. Let's extend this spoiler up, rotate these feet up like so on both sides. So you got it looking like that. And then you untab these tires, and then you want to untab these side parts of the vehicle, untap the spoiler, so then you can now split this leg in half, turn it around. Let's lift up these side hip pieces so that we can spread the legs out to form an A stance, which will allow us to have more room to work with down here. Okay, and now what you want to do is pull out, extend these legs on both sides, and then lift this up, fold down this engine, and then bring this down all the way and tab it in. Do it on the other side. Lift this up, rotate the engine piece down 90 degrees, bring it all the way down to tab it in like so. Okay, now what you want to do is rotate these feet 90 degrees so you can get these tires out of the way. And now you want to pull out these flaps that are going to form the back of his legs like that. Bring it down, and I want to show you there's a tab here and a slot in there, so make sure you tab that in. And then now you want to tab this in, but there's a tab on the top, tab on this side. So get this top part tabbed in, and then this side piece tabbed in. It's a little tricky working with this. Let's see, did I get that in? This is the part I don't like. It's working with all these tabs because they don't fit in very well. Okay, let's try it again, the top and the side. Something like that. I know it's not tabbed in flush. I can keep fussing with this piece here, which I don't like. This is the part I don't like. Doesn't tab in very smoothly. Okay, there, I got it. Do the same thing on the other side. Extend this out. Pull out these flaps. Bring it down. And again, this tab, you want to make sure you tab it into that slot. Okay, make sure you get everything all lined up. Now again, this one, there's a tab on the top, tab on the side. Okay, let's see, get the top and this side. And this one went in much smoother. Okay, then you bring up these tires to form the back part of the car, like so. Do it on both sides, and then rotate these feet down so you can see that curve. And then you're going to have to hold this foot in place while you're bringing down this spoiler to the back. So you can see you're bringing this down, and then lift up the spoiler. So let's do it on the inside view so you can see. Hold that tire up, the foot up while you're bringing this spoiler down, and then lift the spoiler up to form the back. Okay, then we can straighten out his legs, bring down these side pieces, and now you got the lower part done. Okay, so now up here, what you want to do is split this in half. Remember, they're tabbed in, so you're going to have to lift and stretch and bend these plastics till you get it out like that on both sides. This is what I don't like. Okay, once you do that, then you lift them up all the way to form like a cape. Okay, then bring down these gray tabs here, untab it from the arm, bring it down, and then now you want to pull out these arms, and you're going to have to stretch these plastic because you don't have the actual clearance. You're going to have to stretch plastic. So bend it out like so, bring these down like so, and then what you want to do is bring down the front piece 90 degrees and kind of push up this red piece on the bottom like that, so you can kind of see how it's coming out. And these tires are on a double hinge, so rotate the tires once like that and rotate it a second time inside, which is kind of hard to do because the head is hitting this red piece. That's why I said don't have the head facing looking up. You have to get it up as much as possible. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate this head came down, because now all of this is having trouble pushing up, but I'm forcing the tires up, and this is what we got. Well, I just have to work with it at an angle like that. It should be 90 degrees, but this head just kind of came tucked down Unless there's a way I can get this head up. Nope. Okay, well, we'll work with that. So extend these pieces out as best as you can, like so. And then from here, what you want to do is these blue side pieces, fold them up to form his waist, and then you can push this down, which will allow you to connect these gray pieces here to form his chest. Do it on both sides. Fold in these front spoilers, and now this is where you're gonna get a little tricky, but you're gonna have to bring down this chest without untabbing these gray pieces. So you're kind of pushing up here. I want to point out there's a tab in there, a slot in there, so that's what you're trying to connect to. And once you bring it down, make sure that tab's in. Okay, this would have been a little bit easier if this head did not come down. Head should not be like that. Let me see if I can rotate it so I can show you the head should be up like that. So that's why it was a little bit more difficult. But from here, you rotate the head back around 180, so it's facing front. And then untab these arms, bring them down, the hands, pull them out, close it back up, and form the arm. Same thing on this side. Bring it down, pull out the hand, put it back up, bring it down, rotate it. And then this chest, untab the top pieces, like so. And then on the double hinge, bring it down on both sides. Double hinge, bring it down. And we got that. Now we also want to rotate this 360. And now, let's see, let's lift up his arms so we have room to tab the white pieces in. But here you want to fold in these white parts of the vehicle like so. Bring it down so you can tab this in right there on both sides. Okay. And then we can bring down the arm. Okay, now we got Mirage back in robot mode. So now we can attach his shoulder cannon. Tab that into his back. Make sure it tabs in all the way so it doesn't come out. Okay, and then the last one is his handgun. Put his handgun inside. And there you go. Now you have Mirage back in robot mode.
We knew you were anxious to get back to Cybertron, but at least you could have waited for us.
Sorry, Prime. The ship was full.
Well done, Mirage.